Hello, and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming. This Final Fantasy VII Remake video shows you how to complete Chapter 14. This is one of the longest chapters in the game if you want to do everything that you can do in Chapter 14. The last batch of side quests, you can access some previous areas, some minigame trophies and collectibles, and some miscellaneous trophies as well. Exit Aerith's house and speak to your party member on the left hand side. The party member can be different depending on choices, it doesn't affect anything. Straight in front of you is a materia called a pedometer. Equip this on Cloud and you need to walk 5,000 steps and it will turn into an AP up materia, which gives you more AP after battle and is handy to level up the 12 magic materia for the battle intel. Head through the town and stick to the right hand side until you get a cutscene with Kyrie, and after that you can now access all the side quests that are available in this chapter.
My fellow grounders, listen up, because boy do I have some news for you!
So might as well drink.
The office must...
Turn around and you'll see the first quest giver. The teacher has lost her students again. Then head forward and speak to the stable hand to get another side quest. You have to find some lost chocobos, and when you complete this quest you will have more fast travel points, as you can now travel by chocobo as you got access to a few areas, and it will be free when you complete the side quest. Keep going forward for another side quest giver, talk to Daemon, and you get the Corneo Secret stash side quest. You won't be able to progress through this quest until you get a key, and even the last stash is during the main quest, but we will be getting the other two stashes along the way. Head down the right hand side path, we are going to complete the missing children side quest. Head the next right and go through the door and talk to Oates, and you will be attacked by some phantoms, stronger versions of ghosts. Like all undead creatures, they are weak against fire and cure related spells. They teleport faster than ghosts. If you got the enemy skill materia, you can learn the Spirit Siphon skill from their Essence Drain attack.
Heads up! Gotta love it! ready. Brace yourself. done.
Jump on it, asshole!
I'm ending this. Deal with that.
All right, watch and learn. Give them hell!
All set.
Fire in one
Taking
arm.
over.
See ya.
You will get a time materia for a reward, and this is the last green materia that you can get in the game, and it grants haste to start with, which will be handy to get the trophy that requires to stagger an enemy to 300%. Take the left path where Daemon was, and you will see your first Chocobo to find in front of you. Talk to it and you will be attacked by a Rust Drake, a powerful unique Drake, and it absorbs most magic attacks. The Drake has a deadly gravity spell that will pull in characters, and you lose 10% of your health per hit. It takes a while to do the spell, so you can damage it enough to stop it from using it.
Calling wind. Don't overdo it.
Yeah! Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes. Want some more? Suck on this! Got a whole heap of land with your name on it.
You're good at this.
Told you so.
Head to the top left of the area mapped, to Sanctuary Way. We are heading to the church that Cloud met Aerith for the first time. Head up the ladder to the scrapyard area and continue on. Defeat the enemies, and when you're squeezing through a gap, you will see Johnny go past to the left. Follow him and get his side quest, Tomboy Bandit.
You're dead.
Need my help, do you? Gotta love it.
It's over.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little? You asked for it.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little?
What were you thinking? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Crawl into a hole and die! Oh, Johnny's been hacked.
Continue on to reach the church at the top left of the area map. Defeat more enemies and activate the second Chocobo on the way. When you reach the church, you will see some medicinal flowers on the floor. Pick it up, it's needed for an upcoming side quest, and then speak to Kyrie.
What's the world?
Say,
I've got a sister who lives topside.
They got this far.
Dad looks pretty worn out.
Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag. Hit 'em hard and fast.
Come on! No surprises there. What? It wasn't.
The next stage of the Tomboy Bandit is to go to the Colosseum in the Wool Market. First, we will complete the Chocobo Search side quest. Fast travel to Collapsed Expressway entrance. Go through the tunnel and head on and go to the other side of the expressway, in the area called Old Bypass. Defeat any monsters on the way. I'm still trying to get the skill from self-destruct.
I can't breathe.
Take him out.
With pleasure.
See ya. Won't be tough.
Of course not.
Keep it coming. I'm ready.
One step at a time, huh?
Hit him hard and fast.
Let's go.
After defeating the smoggers, go through the crack in the wall and continue, and at the end you will get the final Chocobo. But first you have to defeat 3 Tri-Papawasses, and they are hardy enemies, and they have no weaknesses, but Poison and Silence are good spells to cast on them. They do clone themselves if they get interrupted while dancing, but don't worry if you do, they are weaker clones, and just concentrate on max damage on the Tri-Papalas. They do a scream move which will stun your party. After the battle, pick to return to Sam automatically to complete the quest.
It's on now.
Let's finish this.
Bring it on.
Let's do this.
Worked up a good sweat.
I won't lose.
Oh, we're done here. Ain't this some crazy shit?
Let's get it done.
Ah! All right. Watch and learn. Ain't no thing.
Not bad.
Bring it home.
Let's do this. So long.
Here comes this shit right here.
I got this. Let's be smart. It's over.
That hit.
Alright, watch and learn. I'm gonna give them hell.
Let's go. Give him your all. No more games. It's over. Come on. Giving it my all. Ah! Keep it up. Give him your all. Big round.
That is.
It's on. Don't think you'll walk away from this. Let's finish this. Ah! Bingo. Keep it up. Yeah. Bring it. Bingo.
I'm ending things on you.
Guess it's my turn.
There.
Want some more? Hope you don't mind if I feel you blow.
Whatever.
Feeling pumped up now. You're up.
Hang back. That it?
Head right and enter War Market. Look to your left and you will see a quest giver walk past. Go left and speak to the quest giver by the jukebox, and you will be tasked to find 3 specific music CDs which will count towards the CD collectibles.
Got no other choice.
What? Did you guys get into it with him or something?
I don't want to talk about it.
Huh? Hey, Cloud. What happened?
Don't recall.
Head to where Chadley is on the map and hand in your battle intel you have done so far. After the Chocobo side quest, you should have enough monster variety to hand in that intel, and you can get some new materia.
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far. I've done it! I've developed a new materia.
Time to head to the Colosseum to finish the Tomboy bandit side quest. Turn left facing Chadley and go up to Don Corneo's place, and the Colosseum is on the right hand side. Buy the first music CD for the Power of Music side quest, then go down to the elevator and then speak to the gatekeeper and pick the special match.
With these babies, you can send intruders flying. I guarantee this is the only home protection you'll ever need. Only a few left. Get yours while you can.
I'll take it.
Sweet!
You will be facing the Beastmaster again with a Hellhound. The Beastmaster is fairly weak, so take him out first and then use Ice against the Hellhound. It counts as an undead creature, except it's not weak to fire, but very weak against cure items and spells. After the battle, talk to the Gatekeeper and transport yourself to Kyrie.
Here it comes.
Choke on it, asshole!
You're done. So long.
Our reigning champion does it again! Not only does he retain his crown, but now he can add Beast Whisperer to his list of impressive achievements!
Ah! That wasn't too much trouble.
After completing the quest, you get Don Corneo's key, so you can access the secret stashes. You will get Johnny's wallet and able to get the final Johnny encounter for that trophy if you have done the other two optional encounters in previous chapters. So head down to where he was. The discovery is marked on the map.
Keep waiting or go home.
Home might be the better option. At this rate, they'll probably use the trains as shelters.
And I was looking forward to my... And I was looking forward to my first train. And if the train never shows up...
Fast travel to the Sector 5 Undercity and then head all the way up. And I know I went to the wrong fast travel point and then head to the right area of the map through the scrapyard. We are going to the first Corneo stash, and it's got its own symbol on the map. It's a treasure map symbol and it's in the Steel Mountain area, and it's up the stairs on the left, and get all the loot. The boxes are always got something decent in them, and loot all the treasure, but the most important one to get for quest completion is the Ruby Tiara.
Still no trains. Fantastic.
Man, how long did it take to get them running? I think it's time we cut our losses.
How else? I haven't been to the office in days now. Let's end this quick.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, let's go.
Enough. Not bad.
Show 'em no mercy.
Like you ever do. How? Let's finish this. That's that. Enough.
And there you have it.
Head back to the fast travel station. The next destination is Madame M's massage parlor. So go to the entrance of War Market, head to the item shop and go down the path to the right of it, then straight on and speak to Madame M. To get a side quest called Malicious Goons, you have to head back to Aerith's place. Head to the nearest fast travel station and go to Sector 5 Undercity entrance. Head towards Eris Place and past the school. The house mother will mention the goons. Go straight on and turn right and defeat what the goons have. And they have a very deadly Tomboy. And if you are a veteran in Final Fantasy, you know these are deceptive strong creatures. It will start to slowly march towards a party member of its choosing, and it can instantly KO a party member with its knife attack. They have no weaknesses and don't use level 3 magic spells or any abilities or spells that have a long duration or casting time, as these will cause it to use a ranged attack called Doom and Gloom, which you can't block and will instantly KO you.
Oh, Cloud! Thank goodness you're here. A group of Corneo's men just came through, headed for Aerith's place.
I don't know. You really think this gun-armed dude will come back instead of running? Hey!
Be careful.
Bring it! Come on! Take a shot!
Head to the nearest fast travel station and go to the entrance of the Wool Market.
The kids are back. I'm so relieved. Thank you for your help. I need to carry myself with more confidence, or these kids are gonna walk all over me.
Make it into work anytime soon, so might as well.
I bet they're coming for us. Just a little further.
Welcome to Sam's delivery service.
Then head towards Corneo's mansion and the Colosseum. But before the Colosseum on the right hand side is the gym, where you previously did the squat challenges, and you will be challenged to a much harder pull-up challenges. And the first challenge is needed for a side quest completion, and the other two are for a trophy. Inside, talk to Andrea to activate the side quest.
I saw it with my own eyes. A public security team walks right into Corneo's mansion.
It's been hours now. Don't you think you've done enough? Believe me, I don't know.
The first challenge, you will have your 4 buttons in the shape of where your controller buttons are. Now, I don't know about the first challenge, but the other 2 challenges, the order of the button changes every time you attempt it, so it might not be exactly the same as mine, but the process is still the same. Look at what button you have to press and follow it to the next button, and once you have memorized the button order, as like squats, it will disappear. Once it disappears, just look at Tifa's animation, so when she moves and as soon as she stops, it's the next button to press, and so on. There is 2 rounds, and you can afford to make 1 mistake as I did.
You've got this, come on!
Your form's looking good.
I knew you could do it!
That's how it's done.
Not bad at all.
You've got this. Come on.
I knew you could do it!
Your form's looking good.
That's how it's done.
Your form's looking good. Not bad at all.
No surprises there.
Now you can do 2 harder challenges, and they are hard, and it's very hard to be able to convey how I personally did it by video, but I will give it my attempt. Don't speak to Ronnie for his challenge, as it's the amateur challenge again. Speak to Jay for the next challenge. The first thing you want to do is have no distractions. Turn down the volume. Now you only want to see Tifa, so you might want to cover the left hand side of your screen with something to block out your opponent. Like the squat challenges, it will require one of the buttons to be mashed, and if done successful, it will speed up, so you have to make sure you fasten your button speed. Once you've learned the pattern, I found shouting the direction, or you can shout the name. For example, if it was X, I would shout down. Then I went up, triangle, so I would shout up. And then I went to square, so I would shout left. And finally it went to circle, so I would shout right. So I would end up shouting really loud, really fast, especially the last challenge. So I would shout on that pattern, down, up, left, right, down, up, left, right, and press the button while shouting. Remember, every round has a different pattern, so it could be up, right, left, down, up, right, left, down, and it always changes, even if you have to reattempt the challenge.
Come on! I know you got it again! I knew you could do it!
You've got this. Come on.
I knew you could do it!
Your form's looking good. That's how it's done.
No!
Kill for sure.
You beat me fair and square. You really are a true champion.
The last challenge, speak to Jules, the former squat champion, and boy does this get really fast. He will fall, but I can assure you, he will catch up. And he gets about between 40 to 45, so you must get 46 or plus. You can't fall down once. And when it gets really fast, don't worry about rhythm, you mash those buttons in the right order as fast as you can.
Who'd have thought it'd be this close? You're better than I thought. How much training do you do? You are in the zone. I believe in you. Poetry in motion. I can hear your muscles crying out in joy and pain. You're better than I thought. Who'd have thought it'd be this close? How much training do you do? Poetry in motion. I believe in you. You are in the zone! You're better than I thought! Who would have thought it'd be this close? How much training do you do? Poetry in motion! I believe in you! Slow and steady! 1, 2, 1, 2! You are in the zone! How much training do you do? You are in the zone! I believe in you!
Gotta learn from this for next time.
No way you're beating me next time.
The next destination is the hotel that's next to the little girl that give you the quest, The Power of Music, and we're going for the other 2 CDs needed for that quest. You can see the green marker on the area map. It's on the right from where you are.
Hey, those officers, where'd they go?
You hear? The Don's place is empty. Everybody's gone.
Head up when you get to the quest giver. The hotel is to the left before you get to the quest giver. You would have been here before in a previous chapter to get something out of the vending machine. Speak to the guest dressed in white in the corner to get the second music CD for the quest.
I think they're all Sector 7 refugees?
Welcome. Are you in need of accommodations?
There's nothing quite like kicking back and letting the music flow through you. What's that? You want to get in on my flow?
Head to where Chadley is and go down the path to the left of him and head down the stairs.
Hey, those officers, where'd they go?
Head left and then down the alley to the left of the off-world building, then go through the gap directly to the left and go down and speak to the lady to get the third and last CD, and then head back to the little girl and insert all 3 CDs in the jukebox to complete the quest. The CDs will be highlighted which ones are the quest givers.
Hey, what's up, man? You vibing with this jam too? You can have a copy if you want.
I thought for sure we wouldn't get any customers today, but man, was I wrong.
It's all a little liquid courage to help you make the trip.
Got no work on account
Hey, you think it's got something to do with the plate blocks? I saw it with my own eyes. A public security team walks right into Corneo's men.
I just want people to smile more. Wow, what is...
I'm just kidding.
Head to the nearest fast travel and head to the Sector 5 underbelly, and then head to the left side of the area map. You are heading to the school that's before Aerith's house, and speak to the doctor there to activate the secret medicine side quest. We already got one ingredient, the flowers we picked up from the church.
See that crowd over there? I think they're all Sector 7.
Oh, there you all are. You're not gonna believe it, but the Chocobos are back. We can finally resume services. I really owe you one.
Come on, let's ride!
been running for days now.
But those ego terrorists.
Not gonna make it into work anytime soon, so might as well.
What am I gonna do now?
Head to the children's secret hideout for the second ingredient. It's to the right of the area map, and we want to go to the Moogle shop to buy the second ingredient. It's marked on the map. The ingredient is called the Moogle Mortar, and make sure you buy the steel pinchers as well, a new weapon for Barrett. Then spend your Moogle credits on all the items you want. The third ingredient is underground in the sewers, where we will go when we activate another side quest.
See anything you like? Come back soon, Kupo.
There is an optional trophy you can get, plus some rewards, is to complete a harder version of the crate minigame. This time you want to equip the hard edge, so you can use the Infinity's Edge ability, as you can only use the ability you get with the weapon, not any you have unlocked. Also equip the steel pincers so you can unlock Barrett's ability later, as we have completed the battle intel, but there is a trophy to unlock all weapons abilities.
If you don't set a new first place record, you're as good as last.
The main thing to do is to get the red boxes that add time, and when you get 2 ATB charges, then hit a 1500 bucks. The Infinity's End will break it instantly. First head around to the right and go down and hit the boxes to get the red boxes for time, and then back to the start and hit all red boxes. Then hit boxes until you get 2 ATB and go to the 2 1500 boxes and break them.
I'm ending this.
Continue on, hitting boxes, hit all the boxes in the way, breaking the red ones, and keep going forward. Get 2 ATB and unleash Infinity's End and hit the 2 1500 boxes on the right with a time box behind it. Just ahead is another path blocked by a 1500 box, so quickly hit as many boxes as you can and then get your ATB to 2 and then get rid of the 1500 box and continue on. Lots of columns of boxes and lots of red time boxes. When you get the Infinity's Edge again, go to the 1500 box on the right hand side with a red box behind it. If you go to the right corner, you can destroy both boxes with the ability. Quickly hit boxes to get 2 ATB and get the other 1500 box that's blocking the ramp up, and then continue on, destroy more red boxes, and then the 1500 box at the end with a red box. Then run to the start of the area and destroy all the boxes and the 1500 box when you get your special again, and that will get you the score that you need, and then get as much score as you want after.
It's over. Hope you're ready.
Head to the nearest fast travel station and travel to the Wall Market entrance, and then head towards the Colosseum before the Corneo's mansion. Opposite is the weapon shop, and buy the Mythril saber for Cloud.
See that crowd over there? They're all searching for him. I saw it with my own eyes. A public security team walks right into Corneo's mansion.
The Coliseum is open for business and hungry for fresh.
I heard Don Corneo.
You're kidding.
Welcome to Wall Market's premier weapon shop. Do come again.
Head to the nearest fast travel station and head to the Section 6 Undercity, Evergreen Park. Talk to Weimer on the left, the nearest person, and he will give you the Subterranean menace, and go to the underground section that's just to the left of Weimer, if you are facing him. This is where you went through when you were Barrett, except you will be going from the end to the beginning of where Barrett started, as there will be a new door to go through to face the boss. The whole path is very linear, with rubble blocking paths, so keep pushing forward, and you'll hear the roar of the boss as you go further in. There will be lots of enemies to battle, nothing new. Use this opportunity to learn the new weapon ability for Cloud, and to get the proficiency faster, use the ability Blade Burst to defeat the enemy, so wait until an enemy is low health and not getting attacked by the other party members.
Don't tell anyone. I heard Don Corneo was missing. You're kidding me.
Hey, you think it's got something to do with a playground? I saw it with my own eyes. A public security team walks right into Corneo's mansion.
There's a lot more people made it out than I thought.
Welcome.
Oh, hey Barrett.
We wouldn't have to worry about that if you hadn't decided to go back for your shit.
It's not shit. This stuff could be the difference between life and death.
Tremors ever since last night. Roads are collapsing and sinkholes are opening up all over.
You really want to throw down with me?
Let's finish this.
I'm through with you. What the hell? Going in.
Going in.
Going in.
Nothing to it.
Remember, the Mark II overdrive switches to protect from physical attacks. or magic attacks, so when you're in battle and you find your weapons are doing no damage, cast a powerful spell, and vice versa if your magic does not work.
Calling wind. Storm's coming. Was never in doubt.
I'm coming for you! How'd you like that? Get your ass out of here! Let's move!
Not so fast.
Here I go.
Right behind you. Bring it.
Say goodbye.
Ain't no thing! Suck it!
Going in. Keep those gloves up.
Sure thing, Coach.
When you get to this walkway and go down the ladder, past the cages is a door to the left that's now cracked open that you can squeeze through 2 doors to face the Type 0 Behemoth. It has no weakness, so this is a pure physical battle, as its horns counter spells. It will charge at you, uses its tail and all legs for attacks. Don't target its horn. Save your ATB unless you need to heal, and go for its upper body or lower body, and when one is disabled, go for the other one to be able to stagger it. And once staggered, then go for the horn, and use all your party members to damage and destroy the horn using your most powerful abilities. And then you can use magic if you want. He is very fast and his head area is invulnerable to attack, so attack at the sides and switch characters if the one you're controlling is being targeted. Once it's been staggered once, it will heal itself and you have to do it again. And when you do defeat it, make sure you are healed as it summons Meteor when it dies, so run around and avoid the rocks.
Keep it together.
It's on you.
Hang back.
Give it up.
Keep it up. I've got this. Hope you're ready. Bring yourself.
Bring
Just about.
You will get the third ingredient you need for the secret medicine side quest. Press L1 to return to the surface and speak to Weimer to complete the quest. You will get a new weapon for Barret, and to get the proficiency faster, use the smackdown ability on more than one enemy. As editing this video, I only just noticed I haven't done the steel pincers ability. I will be doing that in chapter 15. Head back to the nearest fast travel station and go to Sector 5 Undercity entrance and return to the doctor who's near the school that's near Aerith's house to hand in the secret medicine side quest.
I didn't know I could make such a big difference. The trains haven't been running for days now. I'm feeling woozy.
I wish I knew the trust.
Not gonna make it into work anytime soon. Some other
I think we are significantly strong enough to defeat the Leviathan summon that Chadley has in his VR. My party's level 26, so go to Chadley and challenge Leviathan. The boss is weak to lightning, so have lightning on all your characters, but you will need cure, so make sure you don't run out of MP, so I never use lightning. Leviathan moves around fast and most of his attacks are hard to avoid, so block most of them and save your ATB and abilities until it's staggered. Fat Chocobo is the best summon to use. Use Barret as the best character because of his long range attacks. When the Leviathan loses half of its health, it will start to fly around out of melee range. So keep at it with Barret, and it will come back down and will fly off every now and again. Make sure your party is healed up constantly. The tidal wave attack can't be avoided, and it has a long cast time, so heal any characters that needed before the attack hits you.
Do it.
About damn time! Ooh, gotta love it! Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes. I'ma pay you back too, fool. Gotta love it. Hell This one right here is for the planet. Suck on this. Want some more? Yeah. Jump on it, asshole. Want some more?
That's the way to do it.
Marvelous! Leviathan, the patron deity of Wutai, is not an enemy to be trifled with. Together, you can cleanse the world of the Shinra Scourge. I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions. I hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research.
Another thing we can do while here, completely optional, is a trophy called Staggering Feat. This is for getting 300% to a staggered enemy, and only Tifa is capable of doing this. You should have haste from the Missing Children side quest, which is essential to have, and level 26 might have been too strong, so you might want to give Cloud and Barret the weakest weapons and no accessories. I didn't, but just did it barely, as they nearly defeated the target, and the target that again is pretty essential is Fat Chocobo, which we can access in Chadley's VR. Put the haste materia on Cloud, and then when the battle starts, get 1 ATB for Cloud to cast haste to Tifa. This will last the entire battle. Then change to Tifa, use any of Cloud and Barret's abilities when they get them to help with Staggered. Don't use Tifa's ATB until she gets 2 ATB. This bit is hard to judge because I did it too soon, and was still able to do it. Make sure you defeat any enemies that the Moogle summons. Tifa has an ability called Unbridled Strength, which changes her triangle attack to a more powerful attack, and if you do it twice in a row, it's even more powerful, but runs out after a while, so you want to activate it before it's staggered, and enough time to get another 2 ATP, and when it staggers, use your triangle abilities, Omni Strike and Rise and Fall. These 2 attacks is what raises the attack percentage. Then use 2 Unbridled Strength again, then 2 triangle attacks, and repeat until you get the 300%.
Worked up a good sweat.
Now we can just get a few items wrap up before we continue with the main quest. First up is a music CD, then just a few items and another music CD. Head to the nearest fast travel station and go to Walmart entrance. Then head all the way up to the S65 road, then head left at the split to talk to someone for a music CD.
Looking at this place, you'd never know a plate fell next door.
Hope they're taking refugees.
I'll admit, it's kind of strange.
See that crowd over there? Can't believe our luck. Thought for sure we'd be able to meet them.
I heard shouting coming from the mansion. Is something going on?
What do you say? Want to go to Sector 7?
I do want to help out, all right.
You wouldn't believe the records I found when I was cleaning out my closet. Wanna take one off my hands?
Head back to Wall Market and head the next left through the gap and left again for a Moogle medal.
Bet there's looting going on. People stealing everything.
I heard shouting coming from the mansion. Is something going on?
It might be different if we did it alone, but...
I'm sorry. I'll find work soon, I promise.
Really, it's fine. Let me do this. Then we won't have to worry about money.
Head back through the gap and then head straight on, and there is a gap you can squeeze through the left for a chest with an elixir.
Can't believe our luck. Thought for sure we'd be able to meet them.
Head back through the gap, head down the stairs in front of you, and go down the right hand side. Then head another 2 rights and squeeze through a gap for a chest containing a sorcerer's armlet.
We're open. A lot of noise up at the Dawn place earlier.
Head all the way to Don Corneo's place, go past the Colosseum and turn right before you go up the stairs, and follow the path until you get to a man who will give you a music CD.
Coliseum is open for business and hungry for fresh.
I heard Don Corneo was missing. You're kidding me.
This song helps me to unwind after a long day at work. You look a bit tired yourself. Here, listen.
Time to fully continue on with the main quest. Head to Don Corneo's mansion and enter to the entrance of the mansion. Head up the stairs and enter the last door at the end of the corridor, and go down to the basement to get the otherworldly crystal from a chest. Don't worry about the voice, we will get to the other side in a minute.
No one's home.
Help somebody!
Head back up and take the middle door and you'll get a cutscene. After the cutscene, turn around and go through the doors and head through the door on the right and go down in the basement and turn right again and rescue the prisoner and you'll get a chakra materia.
Help somebody! Hey!
Huh? You!
Return to Leslie and drop down to the sewers like you did last time you was here. There is no boss to face yet, the path is very linear. Head down and go under the gate and you will get attacked by Sagans. Remember they are weak to fire and can turn you into toads temporarily. Use Maiden's Kiss to cure it if needed.
guys ready? Head for the trunk line. It marks the border with Sector 7. You three lead the way. I'll follow a short distance behind.
Won't take long.
Yep, not with me here. Going in.
Head up the ladder and continue on and defeat more enemies. Any enemies that have the fish enemies, make them a target, as they send characters to sleep. Continue on the linear path and defeat all the enemies you come across. You are aiming to go to the right hand side on the aqueduct to an opened Corneo door. Then keep going, defeating the enemies on the way.
Keep it together.
All right, watch and learn. Oh, you gon' feel it. You're up.
I got you.
Take it over.
Come on. No surprises there. I won't.
Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you? Don't send you around the world and back. Bring it home.
Let's go.
Enough.
Give him your
Let's
all.
finish this.
I'm coming for you.
Bring it.
Here it comes.
Gotcha.
Going in.
How'd you like that? Oh, we're done here.
Bring it. Keep it together.
Guess it's my turn. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm counting on you.
I got this. You're mine.
Bring it.
Good job.
Whatever, man. Let's go.
Piece of cake. Take the lead.
Go send you around the world and back.
I got it.
So tired.
Okay, let's go. Finish him off. Not bad. Give him your all. Okay. Finish him off. You asked for it. Come on.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, there. Gotcha. Come on. You're up.
Hang back.
Don't forget to pick up the ether from the chest before you go in the tunnel after you go down the ladder. Then continue on, don't take the ladder up, duck under the gate, then up the next ladder and get some dialogue and a small cutscene.
They're nothing.
Compared to us at least.
Get your ass out of here. Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little.
Follow Leslie and head right through another Corneo door that's now open, and defeat some more enemies.
This way. There should be a door with Corneo's mark on it around here somewhere.
They're nothing.
Compared to us at least.
Let's do this. You're done. Just like that, okay?
Head through the door and follow Leslie. You can buy a new music CD at the rest point and take a rest, and then continue out to the other side to Leslie and get a cutscene.
I'll take the lead.
This it.
Now you have been tasked to chase down a thief that's stolen something from Leslie. There is no rush, you won't lose him, so start to follow everyone, defeat your first set of enemies, and there is a chest on the right hand side with a couple of hazardous materials.
How'd you like that?
Too easy.
All right, watch and learn. Oh, you gon' feel this. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Continue on and defeat more enemies. Head up the ladder. The thief is on the right hand side, but head straight across the bridge for 2 tufts of Phoenix Downs. Then head back and continue chasing after the thief on the right hand side. You will face some new enemies. The same creatures the thief Abzu shot, smaller version of the boss Abzu, that you faced the last time you was in this area. They are fairly weak enemies and are weak against fire. They do have a powerful move called the Tornado, which they spin around. Avoid them when they do this until they stop.
Fury up ahead. Fix that thing's dead. Keep your eyes peeled. You don't know when its friends are gonna pop up. Or where.
You really wanna throw down with me?
Let's do this.
Continue on to the right hand side and you automatically jump over the debris in the way and defeat the group of enemies and pick up the poison materia in the corner.
Play hide and seek, you little shit. You scared of something? Come on, hit me. Almost had me there.
You're
Get
done.
your ass out of here.
Nothing to it.
Continue to head to the right hand side, follow the thief along the very linear path, defeating the enemies on the way. On the second set of enemies with the crabs is a chest containing some mega potions.
You really want to throw down with me?
You're ready. Going in. That's that.
Ain't no thing.
Enough.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little? Gotta make a stand.
You're mine. Let's do this. You're mine.
decent team.
Who would have thought, huh?
Continue on the right hand side. He's at the end, then jumps down. Defeat the enemies, and on the right hand side is a chest with an ether.
Got you now. So, gonna make us work for it, are you? I'm not gonna hurt you, little fella. So just stay.
No turning back.
It's over.
Going in.
Going in. Need my help, do you? Keep it coming. I'm ready.
One step at a time.
Head through the gate and the party try a pincer attack, but it won't work. But remember this area, as you'll need to double back here to get the final Corneo stash. To complete the final side quest you can get in one playthrough. Then chase after him and you can finally face him in battle.
Boy.
Just like his owner.
He's a lot stronger than normal shoats, but still weak to fire. The normal shoats do turn up, so defeat them first.
Ready. You're mine.
Still here.
Time to get serious. Not looking good.
Go through the door ahead, follow Leslie. Don't go up the ladder, activate the switch next to the ladder, and then head back to the place I mentioned where you tried to pinch or grab the thief. The water is drained, so you can head down and enter the Corneo Secret stash. Don't forget to pick up the protective boots in the corner, and bear in mind you will need to be healed, as you will be facing a strong enemy.
Focus.
You will be attacked by a Sagan prince joined by other Sagans, which you should defeat first. The prince is weak to fire, he does powerful jump attacks and can be pressured by powerful attacks, but can't be staggered until he goes to his counter stance, which will damage you when you attack him. After you defeat them, get the chest, and the emerald tiara is the one you want for completion, and you will get an option to hand it in before the chapter is complete.
Enough of you.
Head back to the ladder that Leslie climbed up, then follow him all the way back to the rest point. There is a rest point on the new door he opens up, so no need to rest in the old one. As there will be a boss battle coming up, make sure all your characters have fire magic.
wait outside.
Think the kid's gonna be okay going it alone?
You will be facing Abzu again. He has most of the same attacks. He will be aided with shots. He will be boosted by Abzu, so they will have new attack abilities. So defeat them first, and target his horns to pressure him. And you can target and disable his tail to stop his tail attacks. If he summons water, you can hide behind the crates.
Burn! Let's finish this. Gotta give it my all.
The second phase of the fight, he will summon more shouts and start to use Pounce, which you will have to roll out of the way, and triple charge, which you must use block.
Let's finish this. No escape.
Head through the gate after you defeat the boss, then up the ladder to return to the surface. Then pick to return tomorrow to hand in the last side quest. Return to the place where you got the grappling hook from Leslie. If you look at your map, you can see the quest marker on the bottom left. Head to the nearest fast travel station and fast travel to Wall Market Urban Advancement District. Continue on and head the next right for a chest with 3 Moogle medals, and then continue on, and if you have done all 24 side quests that you can do in a single playthrough, you will get a letter before you exit, and this will net you a trophy. And then finally continue on to exit the chapter.
Ready to do this? Once we start up that wall, we won't be coming back here anytime soon.
If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more RPG and Final Fantasy walkthroughs, plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases to retro games. Thanks for watching.